and it just kind of slipped in there. But you know, people that hear it are going to say, you see, the rich
are getting richer and the poor are getting poor.
Well, they're getting a higher interest rate than I am. You know, they just project from there.
Interesting. Chris, I'm gonna do a little digging into that one. Thank you, dear. Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, there's a reason some people have more money than others.
Some are smarter with their money. Yeah. Interesting. Now, if
Black
I read her
chemtrail.
right,
Wow. Amazing.
she's saying, you and I have the same bank. I've got X amount of dollars, you have X amount more. We're both invested in the same thing. But because you have more to invest, you're given a higher rate of return.
Right.
If that's what she's saying, well, that's wrong. That's un-American.
Right, and you look at who has the highest interest rates when they borrow money, and it's the people that are at risk, which means that you normally don't have as much money. I saw a report where there's a guy who's getting ready to run for Congress because his American Express card, they upped his rate based on some of the things that he had purchased, places he had gone, like a bar, or they were looking at his... And American Express is denying it, but basically they were looking at his pattern, and based on the pattern, and it was a pattern that was laid out by people who were at risk, you know, a lot of drinking, other
money, it's my business.
Or all of a sudden going to, instead of buying from higher ticket places, they started shopping at Walmart or the dollar store.
Well,
and credit cards looking at that as a red flag, saying, "Uh-oh, we've got somebody. We have to raise their or lower their limit." That's what they were lowering their limit,
and that's just flat out wrong. Because it's a classic example. Where did Bernie Madoff shop? Finest places in the world. He was a crook beyond belief. Steve in St. Gabriel. What's on the plate, Steve? Hugs or bugs?
I got a bug and a hug.
Let's go in that order, Steve.
Well, my bug is going to be the bike riders that can't follow the rules of the road. We've gone through the city painting the little silhouettes and the chevrons, the sharrows, they call them.
Right.
You see them all around Mid-City where I work, up around north. And you get off work in the morning, I work nights, and I drive home, and I get almost in a head-on collision with these guys that decide, well, they still want to drive against the traffic. So we've got state police enforcing the new state law. It says we've got to give room. Well, yes, if they're on the right side of the road riding with traffic, I'll be glad to give them the 3 feet, 4 feet, or whatever they need. I'll back off completely from them. When they're headed right at you in traffic, there's hardly anything you can do with people riding behind you over on the right, and you got 2 or 3 bike riders headed right at you.
Or crossing at the intersection at Florida and Foster against a red light, like I saw yesterday in the middle of the afternoon.
That's a real big bug for me, a pet peeve. I've ridden before to classes and stuff.
Right.
And I stay on the right side of the road, go with traffic, go with the signals, and it seems like there's a large group of riders who not really following the rules of the road, and no matter how many laws, how many letters get wrote to the advocate, how many people call into the radio shows, you're still going to have, we can make all the laws in the world. If you don't have these people enforced or following these laws, these rules,
it just makes it tougher on everybody.
It does.
All right, on to the hug.
My hug is for those bike riders that are going to follow these rules. I live out in St. Gabriel. They ride out here on Bayou Paul Road and up and down River Road. Circuit.
Right.
They stay on the right. They ride together. They signal. They watch out for each other. We watch out for them. We love them. They're up and down here all the time. And this weekend, in fact, I'm going to join a bunch of my fellow ham radio operators and a bunch of other people